Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
Frustrated AKYEA cries in court over EOCO's Cromwell. Samuel AKYEA is his full name. Zoe and Co. That's where he plies his trade as a lawyer. We hear he's a fine lawyer, but I see a lot of propaganda around him and time wasting. And that's my opinion. I might be wrong. This is Samuel AKYEA. He's an NPP guy. He's a politician. My brother, my sister. And he has availed himself to fight the Edu-Buahini case. Edu-Buahini is said to have stolen 49.1 million Ghana cedis. And in court, a young man by name Frank Marshall Cromwell from EOCO. This is the guy. Young guy. He's a forensic expert. In fact, crucial forensic expert. Better still, deep forensic expert. This guy. My brother, my sister. And this guy here is working in our national security offices via the conduit pipe of EOCO. He was the one who led the investigation into the activities of Edu-Buahini. And he discovered whatever he discovered. He was in court. And he was showing the judge the chart. How Edu-Buahini moved the money from the real BNC account into the B.N.C account, tricked the banks and moved the money into that account. When the banks realized how he was blowing the money, they started to blow the alarm undertones. He was spending the money, nyafu, 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 nyafu. And this little guy was pushed in there to go and do the investigation. And it came out clean. Edu-Buahini did not steal money. The finance person did not know that any money was lost, so there was no money lost. What logic? He brought a chart before the judge and told the judge, my lord, with all respect, look at how the money got into the B.N.C account, the cloned BNC account. Edu-Buahini is smart. He made the account look like the original. And instead of having money paid into that account, it came into this account and he siphoned money into the same account. When I met him, he told me, Black, look, it's the same account too. He wanted to make an idiot out of me. My brother, my sister, the account numbers were different. This guy was able to tell the judge this and told the judge also, look at how Edu-Buahini spent all 49.1 million. If it's for the national security, why did he spend it on prostitutes? Why did he spend it building his own houses? Why did he spend that money on other issues that were so personal to him? Is that national security? Is that national security? In our country, we are so daft. Oh, national security, you don't have to audit us. Hey, go to England and see what is happening. Go to America and see what is happening. There are national security bosses that are dealing with them. Some of them are on trial right now as we speak. But in our country, no, it is a free range for stealing. Maybe Edu-Buahini was told that, and he tried to cover his tracks. This guy was able to pull out everything, showed to the judge. And AKYEA was constantly saying, oh, my lord, why are you so interested in this? Why are you so interested in this? Blah. Because the judge was interested in how the money was being spent. How Edu-Buahini said the money was not stolen. It was for national security purposes. Yet he was spending it on sex. Bunga bunga. Spending it in building his own estates. Is that for national security? AKYEA said he was going to grill this guy. He tried to instill fear in the young man. But Frank Marshall Cromwell met AKYEA and they spoke. He cross-examined him and he gave him the answers. And he was asking him things like, do you know what a black budget is? My God. He asked this guy in court, do you know what a black budget is? If you don't know it, then you are not an investigator. If you don't know what it is, then you are a nobody. You know what he's trying to do? He's trying to discredit this guy and make him look like he's a Nino who knows nothing and that he's being used. But this guy did the investigation. He remembers every single date. He remembers whatever he saw while he was investigating. He's at his wit's end. His head is young. He remembers everything like a computer. And AKYEA is in court, shocked. He thought he was going to be a walkover. You remember he told us that his sweetest day in court will be when this guy comes in? But AKYEA comes out of court. The superhero that he is for the NPP and the clique of thieves or the den of thieves, supposedly from that party, he granted an interview. You know what he said in that interview? Do you want to know or you are not interested? Watch this.
Yeah. Senior, during cross-examination, you sought to inquire from the investigator why they didn't go to the National Security Coordinator about these transactions. How important really would that inquisition would have been for your client?
Then you would have had internal understanding of what works in national security. Because you could see, he said he was trying to interpret a national security account, but he would not go and talk to the account owner for him to understand what the account was about. And what kind of investigation would that be? So I believe that this is showing that this case is a national security matter. The people purporting to understand national security issues, they don't work in that space. And you cannot grant a conviction on another man's ignorance. It's like you asserting that you understand what is happening at the Ochehin's palace. But you won't go and talk to Ochehin or the chief linguist about the matters in the palace.
But how does it deduct from the allegations themselves?
Because it's bogus. It means that you can misinterpret what you saw if you don't reference it to those who know. And now we are talking about account identifier. So they have an account identifier, which is BNC, Director BNC, and then the account owner, the National Security Coordinator, and they didn't know the difference. It's sad. So come and continue.
How does the outcome of this investigation, of this interrogation, mean for your client?
Well, it was a fishing expedition. It was not evidence-based. It was rumor-based. The tip-off should have been referable to national security. Monies are missing in Jubilee House. Where do you go? Chief of Staff. Yeah, that's the nonsense of the case, no?
Thank you very much.
Counsel, you sought to petition for the live telecast of this cross-examination. How far is that?
Well, we leave it to the wisdom of the CJ. He has a final say in these matters.
Honorable Samuel AKYEA. You can see the frustration on his face. Cromwell is giving him a serious run for his money. From here, he's going to blame those people who told him that the guy is a walkover. Oh, Nimshe, wait. Ya name na ejuma. Wait, on Nimshe. On Nimshe no Caribbean. This is AKYEA. Did you see the confusion on his face? A whole maze, M-A-Z-E, is dancing on his face. Hi! Now, it is very easy to read confusion on a bald-headed man's head. You see that he starts sweating on the bald head. My brother, my sister, this is Samuel AKYEA. Did you hear what he said? He said it's a fishing expedition. A man cannot be convicted based on another man's ignorance. That's why he's asking him, hey, do you know a black budget? Do you know a black market? Do you know a black spot? Do you know a black eye? A black budget, a black market, whatever it is according to the English dictionary is illegal. So if your client is interested in dealing in black markets, and in black budgets, then it's now time to deal with such a dubious client. My brother, my sister, Cromwell is not scared of AKYEA. He has been able to deliver. He remembers everything he saw in the investigation. He has given it to them. Woto. AKYEA, from where he stands, can see the jailhouse door opened wide. But when he looks at the budget, how much his client has probably paid him, he can't go back to the client and say, you know what? I told you at the beginning it was a very bad case, but we tried our best. At the end of the day, my brother, my sister, Ghana is going to win. Whether we like it or not, it is glaring. Everybody is interested in the end product. You can dribble and dribble and dribble and dribble. We will applaud you. But where it matters most is when the ball is at the back of the net. And the ball is already in the back of the net. Cromwell and EOCO and the Attorney General and his deputy, they are talking. Say, my Lord, forget about all this beautiful dribbling. The ball is in the net. This is how Edu Boyin spent that money. He spent it on Bunga Bunga. He organized big parties for himself and his prostitutes. He bought houses for prostitutes. He was flying left, right, and center with prostitutes. This guy, he built houses, estates all over the place. A civil servant. How much was his salary? 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. How did he make that money? Are you crazy, Ghana? Your salary was 6,000. The following year, they increased it to 7,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. Every year, 1,000 was added to your salary. Now you own estates all over the place. Can you explain? We don't even need you to explain. We have it. This is how much money you made. You paid money to buy this, to buy this, to buy this, and we have been able to pinpoint all those things. Lawyer is still in court. And the thing he said here that made me laugh my heart out. He said, if you are investigating somebody on a tip-off, and then you come across a certain account, you have to ask the account owner, if Edu Boyin has allegedly been able to clone and steal to the point that even the finance person couldn't understand, you don't need Edu Boyin to come and sit and tell you more lies. He met me and told me lies, and I believed him. A week later, I decided to go deeper. And when I went deeper, I realized he was a crook. I could have kept quiet and taken whatever he had to offer me and become a big boy, flaunt it on social media. Oh, Black Rasta is now rich. I have a G-Wagon. I have a 10-bedroom house at East Legon. Yeah, I'm a big boy. But no. Chickens are coming home to roost. And to Frank Marshall Cromwell, thank you so much for this painstaking investigation. To Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayine, yes, the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, and your deputy, one Dr. Stremsai, and of course, the capo di tutti capi, the blue suit wearing capo of our national security, EOCO office, Raymond Archer, great work done. Whatever the result, I doff my hat for you guys every day. Is the Black Pots, AKA Kuku Show them up. And here we speak truth to power. How Hanan Abdul Wahab tried to run away with stolen money. How Hanan Abdul Wahab tried to run away with stolen money. And stolen money is in quotes. And it's an exclusive. My brother, my sister, Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodiba is all the way from the Upper East region. In fact, he started from humble beginnings, went to school, he got the opportunity to serve the nation under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. He was the boss of NAFCO. At NAFCO, he stole money like Ali Baba and his 40 thieves, according to investigators. And he's in court right now. Now, we have run his story time and again. My brother, my sister, one man and his wife, they built so much of an empire that the empire of Persia would have cringed under the weight of the wealth he spread like pepper during the Omo War. This is Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba. He wanted to be an MP, but the people probably made a good choice and kicked him out. He went to Mecca, allegedly with stolen money. Hey, his wife and him, they showed power. Then we saw that it was not his wife's food alone he was eating. He was also eating from the kitchen of the ex-wife of Tagore. And we saw them parade themselves outside the nation. They went to watch models and they went on shopping sprees, blowing kisses at each other. This is Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba, the village boy who made so much money and all of a sudden was too uncomfortable with the wealth. He decided to push left, right, and center, blow himself to stardom. They went to court. The court case was taking too long. EOCO decided that, no, let's pull back the case. Every case must have its own strategy. What is EOCO? Economic and Organized Crime Office. And is headed by the one and only Capo, the Tutti Capi. The blue suit wearing Capo. My brother, my sister, this is the best guy we have ever had for EOCO. It used to be called the Serious Fraud Office. Since he took over the office, he has moved it from a white elephant all the way to a red lion, ready to devour criminals and wicked people who have no respect for our nation. Can I say that again? Since he took over the reins of EOCO, he has ridden the horse of EOCO on an unbridled seat. Oh my God. And this horse has gone so crazy, he's been able to metamorphose that office, which was a white elephant, into a red hot lion. Capo di Tutti Capi, aka Remonacha. He's a no-nonsense guy. His mind is only for Ghana. His eyes only see Ghana. And he decided to go to court. Yes, from his office, EOCO. They went to court. The court issue was delaying left, right, and center. Lawyers are so good with delaying cases when they see loopholes. He looked at it with the help of the Attorney General, the Zwarungu boy, one Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayene. He is the man who is here, the cigar-chomping Attorney General and Minister for Justice of the Republic, the Stanford lawyer. This is the guy. They came together with his deputy, the Honorable Dr. Sremsai. Lord God have mercy. This team came together and decided to maraud its way into the courthouses again. After Hanan was released, they quickly arrested him again and slapped him with the same old charges, but with a few dropped so that the case could be speedy. Hanan's lawyers probably saw how this case was going and probably saw, like prophets of the legal world, that this guy would be going to jail. The evidence overwhelming. And then they decided that, Hanan, this case is bad for you. Probably from that time, Hanan made up his mind that he had to run away like Ken Oforiatta. But how would he do it? Now the EOCO boys were ready. National security was ready. Hey, even the demons of the country were ready for him. Tired of his demonism. Hey, what did they do? Hanan decided that he will go to court. And he went to court. He had a judgment on May 20. This year, the judgment he had, 4 of his properties were given back to him. They were all frozen. 4 properties were given back to him by the High Court. My brother, my sister. And you know what he did? From May, he probably sat down planning how to run away from Ghana. Look at what Hanan did. And this is exclusive. Come here. Watch this. Now, when Hanan realized that, hey, the grips this time were so tight and he didn't have a breathing space. And he got a judgment to free 4 of his properties. On May 20, you know what he did next? He ran to the immigration and told the immigration, I have a court order here allowing me to travel outside the country because I have Apollo 11. This is an allergy of the eye that eye drops could easily clear. In fact, even if you have a good sleep and a very good meal, you would wake up and it's gone. But he wanted to travel to London. My brother, an eye condition that a simple eye ointment dumped into the eye could clear, or a very good sleep, you wake up and eat some good meal, it will go. No, he wanted to go to London. And the judge said, no problem. It's your right, human right. Eye problem, no doctor in Ghana could cure. What a sin thing. Go to London. So he took the thing to the immigration and told immigration, you know what? Hey, I'm clear to go. I know I am on the red whatever, no travel list, blah, 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 blah. Now you have to release me. And immigration looked at it, studied it. Oh, it's genuine. Tat, 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 and took him off the no-fly list. So Alodeba went back quietly. But EOCO is smart. That blue suit wearing guy is a demon in the eyes of all criminals. He is a pain in very uncomfortable places of all these guys. This blue suit wearing guy. Capo di tutti capi. You know what he did next? He watched the system. Hanan wants to travel outside the country. The judge has given him the chance to fly. We don't want to have a case like Ken Oforiatta. Fly. And now he doesn't want to return. We don't want to have a case like Sedina Tamaklo Ationu. No. But if Hanan is traveling outside the country, he will try to get money from his accounts. All the accounts had been frozen. He tried to get the courts to defreeze the thing, but no. So, Apo di Tutti Capi wrote to all the banks associated with the freezing of Alodeba's account. Watch this. After he realized that he had been given the chance to fly, the next thing is to be able to raise money to fly. And he will go to the bank. You know what he did? He wrote to all the banks on Thursday afternoon. Hanan Nicodemously went to the Republic Bank. He went there, Laboni branch. And then he spoke to the boss. Boss, I need money. I'm traveling out of the nation. Because he's not smart. The boss asked him, oh, how much? He said, everything. Listen. Listen, he's not a smart criminal. That is if he's one at all. I want everything. I'm closing the account. I'm taking all the money. No bank manager wants to hear that you want to close your account. If they can persuade you, yes, if they can persuade you, they will. He said he wanted to close the whole account. My brother, my sister, clear all the money. I know the figure in the account and I'm looking at it right now. But I'm not permitted to say. Money huge like this. Like the balls of a mad cow. Nanchia, wa bodam nishwa. Big like this boof. The bank manager looked at it. If this guy takes his money, Charlie, we go struggle for some time. Oh, the money big. And then his assistant tapped him. He said, the letter where the people write, how far? EOCO no write letter. Oh, yeah. Then he went in there, saw the EOCO letter, and said, yeah, it almost passed my eye top. But like the machine go show. And then they came back to tell Alodeba, unfortunately, your thing is still frozen. No, it cannot be frozen. This is a bank order. This is a court order that says that it has to be defrozen. That is it. He showed the court order. And they took the court order and looked at it. Quickly, they had to call EOCO. There's a court order here against your freezing of this. EOCO says, don't worry. We are coming to the bank there straight away to check that document. How did he go to court without making us know? We should have been a party to the thing. They went and looked at it, and you know what they found? Come here. Jesus have mercy. They found out that Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba was actually trying to defraud the bank to get his money from the bank using dubious methods. That court case, that judgment had nothing to do with his bank accounts. But he had a way of trying to convince the bank that, you know what, this thing is about my account. And the bank had to get in contact with EOCO to verify the documents. And when EOCO went to check it, Jesus, nah. So the bank quickly had to call Alodeba and say that, no, the thing is still frozen, unfortunately. Already the bank manager didn't want to release. He want to come and clear the account, zero, and leave him with nothing. And then there's an EOCO thing, freezing the whole thing. No. So, EOCO started to think, now that he's gone to immigration, he might have bought a ticket already, trying to fly out. But we will see. All the borders were locked. And then on Friday, he was arrested, trying to fly out of the country and go to England. He was picked up, and the court cards are all over the place. All the newspapers reported it. Hanan was trying to leave the country and was arrested. Yes. Former NAFCO boss Hanan Abdul Wahab rearrested at Accra International Airport over alleged attempt to empty frozen bank account. AG to seek review of his travel leave. And this is from my own Tree News. 5th July, Hanan was arrested again by the BNI. And then the Honorable Dr. Sremsai put it out on social media. Law enforcement officers have a while ago arrested Mr. Hanan Abdul Wahab Alodeba at the Accra International Airport. Mr. Alodeba, who is currently standing trial for stealing and causing financial loss to the Republic, was granted leave by the Trial High Court to travel to the UK for a few days. It was, however, Mr. Alodeba's attempt to use false means to empty his frozen bank account with Republic Bank on Thursday, which occasioned tonight's arrest. The learned Attorney General will on Monday seek a review of the court order, which granted Mr. Alodeba leave to travel out of the country. That's it away. His lawyer, Godfrey Dame, is crying that they have gone trying to talk to their client at the BNI, and the BNI is blocking everything. And it's also all over the place. My brother, The allegation by the Deputy Attorney General that our client attempted to use false means to empty his floating bank account with Republic Bank is simply untrue. We challenge him to produce evidence of a withdrawal of any sum by our client. Wow. That means, if this is anything to go by, Alodiba even dodged his own lawyers and didn't let them know that this was what he was going to do. We arrived on Sunday afternoon at the office of BNI as lawyers, and we have been denied access to our client. Of course, now that your client is trying to run away, as we are told, you could hide him in your pocket, or he could hide under your sleeves and fly. He could turn into a flea. We have seen that before in this country when cocaine became kokonte. Yet the ganja that the Rastaman smokes has never turned into contumely. We will institute proceedings for contempt of court against the Attorney General, his deputy, and the director of BNI for his blatant and willful violation of an order of a court of competent jurisdiction. You are welcome. I like it when people test the courts. We will see. What documents did Alodiba take to the bank? His lawyer says, no, he didn't even go to the bank at all. Show us those documents and tell us how much he wanted to even withdraw. You just arrested him for nothing. Was he trying to leave the country? Was that a problem? Was he going to be yet another Ken Oforiatta? As it stands right now, he is in the grips of the BNI, soon to be handed over to EOCO. And right there in the offices of the EOCO, they will continue to investigate this guy and to make sure that he doesn't become who he wants to become, another Ken Oforiatta, that he will stay in this country and answer. If you have an eye problem, which could be cured with just one eye drop or a good sleep, and you think that it's only in London this can be cured, like in the case of Sedina, we have to be second time wise. This is the Black Pot, AKYEA Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power.
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Ah nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.